Big Lake. Good morning, Justice. You know, a lot of people ask me, how did the bubbles get into their sparkling wine? It's really a fascinating story. Sparkling wines are made all around the world in different places. They have different names. In northern France, they're called champagne. In Italy, they're called spumante. And in Spain, they're called cava. Now, here in the United States, we call some of our wine champagne, but it has to have a qualifier to say it's a California champagne or a New York champagne. The original way the bubbles got into the champagne back in France was by accident. So champagne wasn't really invented as much as it was discovered. When yeast eats sugar and grape juice, it gives off alcohol and carbon dioxide. If that fermentation takes place in a tank, the carbon dioxide just evaporates into the air and goes away. But if that fermentation takes place inside a closed container, like a bottle, the bubbles are trapped in solution. Here in a bottle of champagne, for instance, the winemaker will ferment the wine a first time, and then he'll add a special strain of yeast and sugar and put it in a bottle and put a little cap on it, put it in a dark, cool place for a secondary fermentation to occur. As the yeast eats the sugar, it gives us the bubbles, but along with the bubbles, it gives us a sediment that we'd like to get rid of. So after the wine has finished its fermentation and the proper amount of aging to make the winemaker happy, they'll shake those bottles up and they'll put them in a special vat at an angle. And every day they'll turn that bottle, give a little snap, and increase the angle slowly until it's almost vertical, which takes all the sediment down into the neck on that crown. Then they can freeze the neck of the bottle, pop the crown, and that ice plug and all the sediment blows away, cleaning a nice, clean, sparkling wine behind. They then refill the bottle, put in a cork, one of these, and a special wire hood to hold that cork in. Now, you notice champagne bottles quite often look bigger. That's because the glass is thicker to take the pressure. They also many times have a punt, which is this dent in the bottom of the bottle. That's to add strength to the bottle so it doesn't explode and hurt somebody. The other way they make sparkling wines is in a larger tank. You put your wine, your yeast, and your sugar in a big tank, seal it, and let it ferment all at once, and then filter it under pressure, put it into a nice new bottle with a shiny new cork and a wire hood. That process is called Charmet, whereas the original is the Méthode Champenoise. Like I say, champagne from France, cava from Italy. Now here's a nice one, a beautiful sparkling wine from Tucumcari, New Mexico. And this is a Prosecco from Italy. If you have any questions about sparkling wines, just stop by your local wine shop, preferably mine, but we can fill you in on all the details and what really goes good with champagne. If you've watched James Bond, you know it's champagne and caviar, but some of us aren't really into fish eggs. Another great accompaniment for champagne is potato chips. So if you want to have fun with your sparkling wine, get some from me and get a bag of chips and have a lot of fun. Back to you.